Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA video, I'm going to get you caught up on all the details we know so far of GTA, the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition, including the release date, physical editions of the game, and even the price, which I know is going to be a big deal for a lot of players. So over the weekend, the website base.com actually leaked the prices of the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition. And so you guys can see here that on Nintendo Switch, it's going to be roughly 55 pounds. On Xbox One, 55 pounds. And then for the new editions of the game, it's going to be 65 pounds for both Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. And then again for PlayStation 4, it jumps back down to 54 pounds. So I know not everyone uses pounds as their currency. For me, since I'm based in the US, I'm going to be doing dollars. And what that roughly translates to for US dollars is that Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition on the older systems, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One, is going to be $60. And on the newer consoles, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X and S, it is going to be $70, which I know is going to be making a lot of people probably unhappy because they're saying these are just remastered older Grand Theft Auto games, and Rockstar is selling them for $70 if you're on the newest system. Now, I guess the one silver lining about this is that Rockstar is selling the game as a complete bundle. So there's no way to just get the definitive edition of Vice City or the definitive edition of GTA 3 or the definitive edition of GTA San Andreas. They're all going to be sold together. So I guess the way you look at it, you are getting 3 remastered titles for $70 or $60. But still, in my opinion, this is too expensive because at the end of the day, these are old games that are just getting a remaster roughly 20 years later. So I would have personally wished that it was a little bit cheaper, probably around the $30 or $40 range, but I'm sure Take-Two Interactive is calling the shots here, and I'm sure they're saying, no, this is not the way that things are going to work. It's a new game. We've got to sell it like a new game. Otherwise, people are not going to be interested in it. And that's another business psychology side of this thing, that if Rockstar or Take-Two Interactive priced it at $30, maybe people would say like, all right, there's not as much improvement here, or it's not going to be all that great. But if it is going to be priced at this $60 and $70 range, I'm expecting a lot out of these definitive editions. The graphical upgrades that we're going to be seeing. I'm hoping we're going to be getting lots of new content as well, and that it's not just the same game in a prettier version with lipstick on it. So that's what I'm hoping for here, especially at this price. Now, I believe this price is real because if you actually go to the website right now, the prices have actually been removed. So I can only imagine that Take-Two Interactive or Rockstar has gotten a hold of these retailers listing the price and saying, wait a minute, you guys can't be saying that this is the price, although if you click on it right now, you can still see the price. And it unfortunately no longer allows you to pre-order the game. So definitely someone from Take-Two Interactive has gotten a hold of these retailers and listing the price. Now, you also might see the release date there of December 31st, 2021 and say, whoa, you mean on New Year's Eve this game is coming out? That is just a placeholder. Because Rockstar has not revealed an official release date yet, it's just a placeholder. We just know that it's going to be coming out this year. Now, speaking of that, we actually did hear from industry insider Tom Henderson, who actually told us when to expect the release date of this game. And another Rockstar Games insider, Tez Funds 2, actually backs that up. So according to Tom Henderson, who wrote on the website Gaming Intel, he says that the digital versions of this game are set to release on November 11th, 2021. And he believes an official announcement is going to arrive on Grand Theft Auto 3's 20th anniversary later this month. So the anniversary of Grand Theft Auto 3 is on October 22nd. So if that's the case, that's going to be a Friday, not this Friday, but next Friday, when we'll get an official announcement and more information. And if the game is set to come out on November 11th, that is actually a Thursday. And that kind of aligns when we've been seeing Grand Theft Auto Online updates and DLCs coming out. Rockstar usually does Red Dead stuff on Tuesday and GTA stuff on Thursday. So November 11th is when these digital editions are apparently supposed to come out. And what's even interesting about this is Rockstar Games insider Tez Funds 2 has actually corroborated this information. He said this on the GTA forum site: "You most likely already know this from Tom Henderson's tweet, but I've heard the same potential date from sources. Rockstar Games is aiming for a November 11th as a release date, but of course that's subject to change. Just don't trust dates in general, and it's interesting that Henderson's info aligned this time." So people have been skeptical of Tom Henderson. I have always chosen to believe him. I feel like he has been correct on multiple things in the past. And so now it's interesting that a Rockstar-specific insider is saying this information is what I'm hearing as well. So November 11th would be perfect. When I'm recording this video, it is officially 30 days away. And that also aligns with them talking about the game even more on Grand Theft Auto 3's 20th anniversary on the 22nd, because that would give them about 2 to 3 weeks before the game actually coming out. Now, the reason I say that's going to be the release date for the digital version, well, that's because there's going to be physical versions as well, but they're going to be coming out at a different time. So according to Video Game Chronicle, who actually outlined this information today, the physical copies of the game are going to be released, but at a different time. The PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch versions will release physically on December 7th, with the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S editions arriving sometime next year in 2022. And remember, the only thing officially that Rockstar said is that the collection will release later this year for consoles and PC, followed by mobile in 2022. So that means that a couple of things are going to happen in 2022. Physical editions of the game for the newest systems, and it's going to be coming out on mobile. But if you do have a PS4, Xbox One, or Switch and you want the physical copy, that apparently is going to come out on December 7th. Very, very interesting. And just taking a look at the calendar, December 7th is a Tuesday. It's a pretty good time for releasing games. Usually Tuesdays, Thursdays seem to be the days in which this stuff is going to be happening. So that's interesting that the digital versions will be coming out at a different time than the physical versions, and that the newest physical versions will be releasing even later on than the older ones. Maybe there's some like supply chain issues or problems that we're not aware of here, but this is getting very interesting. Now, the last little bit of information today is October 11th, and remember that Rockstar revealed that today is the day they are going to be removing the game from digital retailers. So I don't know if that has already started to happen by the time you're watching this video, but if you were looking to get your hands on the original versions of Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas on PC, you need to get them now because they are going to be removed. And this is, again, in preparation for the definitive editions releasing. Rockstar doesn't want players to be confused with the two versions, so the definitive edition is going to be the official one going forward. So I know that was a lot of information in this video today, but we did get to talk about a lot of important stuff. The release date of both the digital, physical versions, the differences between the new consoles, old consoles, and the prices of them as well. That is significant too. The prices of these games, I think, are a little steep, and with that comes the pressure for Rockstar to deliver content inside of these new editions that will make them worthy of that $70 and $60 price tag. But I'd love to hear from you guys in those comments down below on everything we discussed in this video today. What do you think of all this news for the definitive edition Trilogy? I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Rockstar Games videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.